Hello everyone. Today we are going to live from Super Team Vietnam with a session from Ming and Châu. Actually, they represent something new. There's a lab named Blue Chip. Maybe they will say with you later on the show. But today they will present to you what is decentralized exchange, how you build it. Will be pretty fun. So
Yes,
I just here and on the background, and Ming will hold the show. So maybe we wait for a few minutes for more people to come, and then Ming can get started.
sure.
Yeah.
By the way, just check my voice. Is that good?
It's good. It's good.
Awesome.
Okay. It Wednesday night. We do this show like regularly every week. So I think people know about this. So yeah, Ming, can you share your slide?
Okay,
Your
sure.
screen, yeah, it's live.
Okay, awesome. You can see my screen right now.
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Yeah. Maybe we can wait maybe 3 minutes and to see anyone people join. So and after that, I can start. Okay.
So, can you share to everyone in here what you are building, especially blue chip? What is the vision? What you try to do? Things like that. I can
Okay,
see.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so hi guys, my name is Ming. I'm from Blueprints. We are innovation lab powered by Softy Vietnam. So at our mission is support for every builder in the Solana to build any. If you have any ideas or you have another solution but need to support for the technical, you can DM us to yeah, we can co-prove for the technical in a solution on a Solana. So that is first Blueprint. And today's for every Wednesday in every week, we Blueprints will hold technical sharing with a lot of concept like DeFi, depends also a new technology in a Solana. We can talk about magic block with ephemeral roadmap, very hot right now. Also about Archeon with the uh, decentralized encrypted. So for the for the first thing, uh, we will go with the DeFi, decentralized finance in a Solana. And what is AMM? We will review back some knowledge, even though that you already know, but review the knowledge is pretty good. And also talk
Yeah.
about DLMM. Okay, so let's start. My name is Ming.
Oh,
I'm
good.
the software
Okay.
start. Yeah.
Before you start, maybe you present the screen and to make it
Ah,
clear. Today is the first show, right? We will have like
yeah.
a lot more workshop like this, and people can directly connect you guys. So maybe can you share your X handle in here so everybody can follow you guys? It's important, right?
Okay, so
Can someone
yeah,
comment it on the chat so I can highlight it?
yeah. So here is blueprint.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
up the
here's
team.
our
So okay.
yeah. Here is our first blueprint. I can get in here. Yeah.
Okay, let me comment it on the show.
Okay. So when I can start, just tell me.
Okay, I
Okay.
pin it here.
So
So, okay, can you share your screen? And I think we can get started. We have around 30 people in here.
Okay,
Startable.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone see my slide right now? Let me, yeah. So AMM and DLMM, DeFi fundamental on Solana. Okay, so let's talk about me. My name is Ming. Everyone call me Big Beers. I will start from 2021, and I moved to Web 2 or Web 3 in 2022. I have built cross chains. We have EVM, SVM, and Swiss. So currently, I'm engineer at Ansify, also founder of Vertex, and sub-team member Vietnam. So today we have agenda. We will cover about knowledge about AMM fundamental basic. We will cover about some math. Do not care about that. It's very simple. And we hand on some AMM Solar program because based on the limit of the uh, workshop. So I already built another program, and yeah, you guys can reference that as the some solution coding or that to building your own AMM. And also, we will talk about concentrate liquidity. That is like the thing is very famous for the DeFi right now. And we will talk about DLMM. And yeah, so let's start. We will talk about with the AMM first. And because in here, we have a lot of the things. So let me give you guys the GitHub and following. Uh, Let me wait a second. So, here, can you pin for me this repository into the X so everyone can download that? And based on that, let me review of the table in here. So with the constant product formula, everyone already knows the formula, right? That is X multiplied with Y equal to K. So what is X and Y? X and Y is a reserve of a token in a pool. So we have a two token pairs, X and Y. So X and Y is the total reserve token in the pool. And with that two components, we will have the K that is constant product. So yeah, every time when you have a trend and a swap, the K need to be maintained. X and Y can be changed. So with that, like when the liquidity provider is the person who have responsibility to provide the liquidity to the pool, and everyone can swap based on that liquidity. So if the user increase the liquidity, so X and Y will be increased. Yeah, and also increasing the K. And yeah, so we will cover some mathematics in here. Let's say you have a token X, and you want to swap to token E. Let's say Sol and USDC. You have Sol and you want to swap into USDC to buy something like that. And we will call that is delta X and delta E. So as I already said, every time when you handle trading, the thing need to be constant. That is K. So that is X multiplied with Y is K. And after the swap, we have a new X and we have a new Y. That is a new reserve on the pool. So we have the formula that is X multiply plus with the delta X. That is the amount you want to swap. So you want to swap delta X, so you need to deposit the X into the pool. And you will receive the E, that is the token out from the pool. So we need to subtract in here. So after that, we can solving the delta E from the delta X. That is the amount we want to swap. X and Y is the current reserve token in the pool. And it's very simple, but we a contract does not handle this for free, right? We need to have some fee, like to save our life or something like that. And based on that, we need to have some component to conflict the fee for the transaction. So let's say when I swap one source, so our protocol will take back the fee, maybe 1%, something, for example. So you need to calculate the actual amount in the swap after minus the fee that protocol already take. Yeah, so that is like for the swap formula in the concept of AMM. And in the Solana, we have two types of token. First one is the legacy, the SPL, very is like formula. But the new one that is token 2022. And what is the new one? What is different with the token 2022 and the legacy? The difference that is have extension. And the most common extension in a token 2022 that is like the transfer fee. What is mean? So basically, it's like when you transfer the token X that is a 2022 to anyone, and that token have extension, its transfer fee maybe 2%. So if you send 10 token, the owner of that token will receive maybe 2% of that token. And we need to know, we need to minus everything, like the actual amount after processing some extension in token 2022. So yeah, so here is a step for swapping with the token 2022. You need to have actual amount, that is amount in your swap, minus the input transfer fees that already configured for that token. Also minus with the protocol fee that is already setting. And yeah, so that is for the swap, for the user who wants swap. But as I already talked before, the liquidity come from who? Liquidity come from liquidity providers. That is person who deposit the both token X and Y. So let's and because of that, so let's say right now I'm a first liquidity provider. I deposit token into the pool, 10x and 10y, right? So how can protocol can know the total amount, the total liquidity I already deposit to the pool? So that is another component, liquidity pool token. So this is a token that demonstrate, that is proof. Okay, this guy already deposit liquidity to this pool. Also, with the total, the quantity of this liquidity pool token this guy had, the protocol can know, okay, how much of quantity this guy already deposit. And when he want to withdraw based on this component, we can know the exact amount this guy can available to withdraw. And yeah, so this is some mathematically you guys can read in there. I did not go every detail in there because it's very simple. So we will go to the contract. Yeah, I think it makes sense for everyone. So let me draw something in here. Okay, so for the basic AMM, we will have a PDA. This PDA, let me zoom in. This is a PDA. So the first PDA is the config. You guys can use this structure to develop your AMM. So this config will have something you need to carefully setting. That is a quote and base token. So let's say you want to have a pool with USDC and SOL with the base token is SOL and the quote is USDC. So you need to setting this two field in the PDA. So yeah, we can know that. Another thing is like, yeah, protocol fee. I know that in the Solana using Rust as the language for development contract, right? So they already have the type that is floating point. So you can set in F64, F32 or something like that. But my suggestions that is you need to setting in the basic point. So why? So basic point is here. So 1%, 1% is equal to 100 basic point. So in every common famous contract right now, we use fixed map instead of floating path. So yeah, here we use fixed point. You guys can search this fixed map or fixed point or anything. Instead using like the traditional mathematical you guys already code that is floating point. Why? because in the float, if you guys use floating point to handle calculation in a contract, you take a lot of computation unit. So yeah, we in the Solana we can request a lot of compute unit, but have a bound limit. And if your contract is have a lot of calculation with a floating point and take a lot of things, yeah, it can be dangerous. And also the problem with a floating point, that is the precision when it resolved. Yeah, so some user, some developer in a senior prefer to use fixed math. With a fixed math, that is increase the amount into very large. Yeah, you guys can search that. I will not cover it in here to not go too far. So let me open the config. So yeah, at IoT, we need to have a core and base token. We have a protocol fee. So what another thing we need to have? Let's say the pool where the token will be saved in the pool. We need to have a like the store, right? So that is token account. So each pool will have a two token account, one token account for X and one token account for E. So yeah, here here is the X and here is the E. Just demonstrate. So this token is the store to store the reserve token in X and E. So yeah, so that is a basic structures of the PDA for the simple AMM. And when we go into the DLMM or CMM, I will talk to later because the structure of PDA will be very complex. Okay, so that is this structure of the pool state first. You guys can go into the GitHub and yeah, clone this and just read our report. So okay, so when we go into the AMM, we need to have like four. I think that is very four command instruction. The first thing that is initialize the pool, yeah, and the second that is how the user can deposit liquidity into the pool, how the user can withdraw liquidity in the pool, and how the user can swap. Yeah, right. And but we have some instruction we did not develop in here. That is the CPI for another program can call out contract, call out AMM contract to swap directly in the on-chain instead call from prior. And also have some like yeah, I think yeah. So we will go into the initialize pool first. So if you guys check out the instruction in here, you guys see that, okay, we have the authority, right? So this authority, that is the guy who have the authority to maintain this pool, who have the authority to deposit, who have the authority to rook or something like that. Yeah. And we also have the PDA4 config. Yeah, I already tell before, we need to have some state to reference about the config to get the protocol fee, to check the base mean, quote mean, something like that. And yes, we also have the mean X and mean E, that is the public key for the token to in the pools. And also we have some characters that is bound X and bound E. I already talked about. There is two rectangle in here. And yeah, very simple. Just checking the fee, just checking the mean X and mean E that is supported or not. And yeah, in the pool. So that is like very simple instruction. And going to a deposit. I think this is not a backend in here. Let me change it to in here. So I already tell about in the Solana, you have two types of token 2022s and token legacy. And with the 2022s, we have a transfer up or something like that. And basically, like we cannot know that, okay, with this token, if have a transfer up, that is like hide us, hiding from developer to see what exactly mean of that transfer hook, what is the doing in here. So we need to check that, okay, if token says 2022, so if they need to have the list extension that, okay, our contract will support. So yeah, so that is a thing you guys need to consider when building in a Solana, because yeah, it's token extension is very good, but behind the scenes when going to a DeFi, it's very dangerous if you guys do not know. So yeah, have a little bit security in here. Okay, so for the deposit, yeah, you need to have a PDA for the pool. So this thing, you need to have like the user who wants to deposit. We need to have the ATA that is associated token account. There is a token account to contain the token user already saved right now. And there are some token here. You guys can take a seat, but I will go furthermore in the mathematically because I think it's good enough. So yeah, when we develop the deposits, we need to know the actual amount this guy deposited, right? Because if the token is 22, so you deposit 10 you deposit 10 token here, but the actual amount that is just 9.8 because this transfer fee have 2% taking. So we already build some utility in here to checking the extension in here. You guys can just seeing we have even some open source in here. Yeah. So here is the actual amount X and actual amount E. So this is very just see the meaning of this code a lot put in here. So and after that, based on the actual amount X and actual amount E, this guy deposits. We will minting the proof, the token to prove that okay, this guy already deposit liquidity output. And based on the total liquidity that this guy deposit, we will calculate the total token need to mint to this guy. Yeah. And after the deposit to this after calculate the total LP token to mint, so we will have some CPI go to the token program or token program 2022 based on the owner of that token. And yeah, so yes, this code is going to transfer and minting LP token to user. So that is very simple step. Need to processing the token first, checking the extension if that is token 2022, and you need to have the list of the extension that okay you prefer to have, and some the best extension you do not want to user to using. And after that, you need to have the calculate actual amount X and Y, because like with the actual X amount and Y, you can calculate the LP token here to mint to the user. Okay, so that is a deposit. And yeah, with the deposit, need to have a withdraw. And as I already said, how to know the user can withdraw? Because like if I just deposit 10 total liquidity is 10K, but I can withdraw 1,000. So that is have problem with security, right? So we will base on the liquidity token already we mint. So that is this code. We mint to the LP token to the user. This token we will config that cannot transfer, because like user can transfer this token to another one, or they can bias that okay, have tell another user to deposit that LP token to this account and increase so they can withdraw more. So we need to config that token. And in the token 2022 and legacy, we already can config that it's non-transferable. Okay, so go to withdraw a lot for the PDA, you guys can checking, but yeah, we'll have pool state, we have the pool authorities, min X and min Y, and the very important that is the LP token. Need to checking the authority, need to checking the total token this user have, and based on the mathematics in here, because every time the reserve of X and Y in the pool is changed every time. It's not the same 50%, right? And but the variable is constant. That is the K. That is the result multiplied by X and Y. So based on the LP token in here, we can have the withdraw in here. That is deposits withdraw automatically. Yeah. So based on the LP amount, we already been to this user, and based on the current reserve X and reserve Y in the pool, we can calculate the withdrawable X and withdrawable E. So this is the mathematically to using in this instruction. Yeah, so you guys can read out the mathematic right here that is in the notes, and just reading carefully about amount X and amount in here, actual amount X, because like I already talked about that when transfer with the token 2022, they can transfer some fee. And yeah, and after you calculate the actual amount X and E can withdraw, you need to burn that token because like, okay, this guy can withdraw, we need to burn that token. So this guy cannot looping another withdraw to increase their liquidity. Okay, so yeah, and of the cost in here is very simple. It's just about the coding transfer CPI to the token program to transfer. Yeah, so it is just about the instruction here. And yeah, for the scrap, I already talked about in here. We need to we already have we know delta X that is token in, and we need to calculate the delta E that is token out. So yeah, based on this math, we already have some comment here. And yeah, so just not want to talk more. It's you guys can read in here. And yeah, so that is where our reference program we already blueprint already developed this. You guys can using as a reference, and also we already have some testing in here. You guys can go in here to read and how to using in the client side, because it's a contract you need to integrate in the client side. So yeah, just running an anchor test. We already log a lot of mm, information, so you guys see about the context for X test case. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so that is for the review knowledge about token about the AMM. And if you guys not have any question, I think yeah. So we will go into another thing. I think that is good enough. That is concentrate liquidity and DLMM. So if you guys are the Vietnamese, yeah, uh, you guys can read this DLMM. That is the blog I already read, but I just have a Vietnamese version. I will try to have another English version for the next time. But let me explain what is CLM here, and because the main point right now we are is DLMM. So with the CLMM, they already use they already same formula that is X multiplied Y is K. But you need to know that what is the problem with AMM? If you guys back to our code, check the first formula that is X multiply Y with K, right? So if you guys go into let me remove this. Okay, so so we have like the formula is equal K, right? So we can transform this to another formula we already learned in high school or in the university, that is E is equal to K divided to X. So what is the graph of this formula? So this is a graph. This is a graph with the horizontal, that is the result X, and the vertical, that is the result Y. So here is the popular, this is the graph of that E equal to K divided to X. And as you see that in the AMM, when the liquidity we already deposit into the pool, it go from 0 to infinity. But let's say right now Bitcoin is just I already have me here. Let's say so. Right now the price zone that is $202, right? So I think that is in a lot of here is the range of the Solana right now in here. But right now you see that at this range that is from the less than 198, something like that, and this range is larger than the 300, something like that. Just demonstrate, just example. You guys are okay. Not everyone, not every people, not every trading here, right? It's not popular. this range come from the 200 to the 200 with tens. Yeah, 200 and 210 here. So this is a popular price that every people is trading, and it's not have a lot of liquidity in here. The liquidity is uh, provide the range from 0 to infinity. So yeah, this is not a good way to manage to um, um, like to manage the liquidity or capital in the pool. So that is a problem with the AMM. So it's the AMM that is come from Uniswap V2. I think is correct. And for another version, they already developed another V3 that is CMM, concentrate liquidity. So this is the plot. If you are a Vietnamese, yeah, just reading. And yeah, so with the CMM, let's not carefully about the technical. I will explain you in here. So we can specify that, okay, with the liquidity we deposit to the pool, I want this liquidity will use at the range X to range E. I do not want to this liquidity go to 0 to infinity. I do not want like that. That is not good enough. So with that, I cannot earn a higher fee. I want my liquidity just active at this range to this range, and with that, I can earn more fee. So why you can earn more fee? So very simple. Like if you deposit, if your liquidity go from 0 to infinity, so you just deposit on 10,000 liquidity, but a lot of wealth, a lot of user deposit more liquidity. So when you calculate the result, like the percent you deposit into a pool, you just like take about 1% or 0.1%, something like that. And based on that result, you cannot earn more fee because a lot of people deposit more, right? So, but if in the case that you specific the price range, okay, at this range have like a people. It's not all people, it's just like 50 people in here and with the liquidity, but they can specific what the liquidity they want to deposit in here. And yeah, so with that, like the small total liquidity used in this range, and you get higher chance to earn small fee. So that is the how the CRM working in there. So we have some like a formula in here, but let me just talk about the constructors of the PDA for the CRM. Because right now in the Solana, I have a uh, two D app. Yeah, I think I have a 2D app right now building a CRM that is Orca and Radium, okay? And they already all open source the contract. So yeah, for if you guys checking out of the simple AMM before, we just have one PDA config, right? For contain everything. And we have just a two reserve in here. But as I already tell that with the CRM, you guys can separate into, you guys can specific the range you guys want. So we need to have the way to manage the price range, right? So with the CRM, they already define that, okay, with the CRM, they already have a lot of conflict because big pool we have the different price setting. With this pool for the stable coin, the price setting is just like 1.01%, but for the meme coin, something like that will be more high because high risk, high return, right? And yeah, with the personal position, that is the PDA to manage the position the user already deposit. And a lot of users will deposit the liquidity with the same setting price. So we'll have this protocol position to manage the same setting for the personal position. And yeah, for the text spacing you guys can understand that at the tick one, just the time T1, you guys can understand tick one is time T1. The price is the zone that is 200, but another tick two, the zone price going up. And why have the transform that? Because the swap, the transaction swap in the pool user deposit more USDC to get zone, and the reserve zone in the total reserve zone in the pool is like, and yeah, a lot of USDC like zone, the price will increase. So, but this is the text spacing. And yeah, so that is a CMM. But I think right now, you guys, when you guys read the Twitters, you guys see a lot of tweets about Meteora, right? It's not about radio. It's not about. You guys see a lot of the tweets. A lot of users who have the more PNL, like 1,000 or 100% PNL in Meteora. So why the radium CMM okay cannot have that, but with the DLMM have that? So let me explain. Uh, for the CMM, they use the constant product is multiplied with K. But with the DLMM, they use another things. That is P multiplied with H plus E is equal to L. So what is meaning here? What is in here? What the hell in here? So P is the price at the bin. X and Y is reserve token X and Y. Yeah, not talking about that. And L that is total liquidity. So price, well, what is a bin? So if you guys go back to this graph, this is a graph for the E equal to K divide X. You see the continuously the price from this to this, right? This is the continuously. And with the Meteora is not like that. I have draw things in here. So X squared, this bin, X squared is bin, and bins that is this in the Meteora and in the AMM, they already define that bin there is this with the price. So you guys already hear about that in the DLMM, the slippage can be zero, right? But yeah, when you handle some trading, you guys can see the slippage. You guys need to set a slippage to succeed the transaction. But in the Meteora, in the theory, I just talk about theory. In the theory, they can have a zero slippage. So what? So if you in the DLMM, they define that for every time, at any time, just have one bin active. What is bin active? The active bin, that is the bin contains both X and Y. So here is the P14. This is the bin that have both X and Y, and every bin in the left just contain one bin. Every bin on the right just contain one bin. So when you guys swap, when you guys action swap in here, so of the liquidity that is here, when you guys swap in the bin, so if the swap amount, if the total liquidity you are swap, still in the same price, like the price impact is not too much. If that in case like the slippage is zero because P is constant. In this formula, the DLM already defined that P is constant. And yeah, so for the P14 that is constant, B13 is constant, B20 is constant. The thing change in here, that is the reserve X and Y. And the liquidity, P is the constant, is not changed. So because P is not changed, so slippage is zero. But that is theory, right? But if you guys have swapped a lot of amount, a lot of transactions, with the transaction have a lot of amount that make the price impact need to go up or go down. So yeah, you guys already still have a slippage. But yeah, this is the theory in the DLMM. If the transaction swap in the X in the bin, it will have a zero slippage. And let's go into the math. Why I call that is the zero slippage. So if you guys change here, right? P is put it like X plus Y equal to L. So P that is the constant that is A. With B with X that is a total reserve of X. B is a total reserve Y, something like that. So you guys will change this formula to the common formula you guys already learned in high school. So with this formula, you guys can draw the graph like this, right? Because like you guys see that, okay, I don't care x and y. If the x and y is if x and y can have the result in this graph, so the p still the same. And if p still same, yeah, so the slippage is 0. So that is like transform the math to the graph. So to prove that, okay, why they already tell that, okay, slippage can be 0. But in the case you need the swap amount need to be in the trade, in the price bin. And yeah, so let's talk about things in here. Let's say right now in the P14, I will demonstrate that is the zone in the price 200s. But uh, in the tomorrow will be have a lot of transaction that so soon, right? It went a so soon, so it's been a lot of sold in a pool, less of USDC in a pool, and with that, the price soon will be decreased, right? Yeah, will be decreased. So, and it decreased to, let's say, to from the two 200 to 119. Yeah, to 119. Yeah. So the price will be not still in here. The price is not in here, right? The price is need go down from this side to here. And yeah, so let take this bin. Take this bin. This bin will be the active bin at the tomorrow. Yeah. So and because it's active bin, so at this time the bin A let me move the position here. Yeah, the bin is in here. So here's will be the blue. Everything is blue because yeah, and all the left side of this bin will be only shown. All the right side will be USDC. This is the problem because at every time just have one bin like this. So the question is let me write. How the code can understand will go to the P12, right? How the code, because if we are human, we do some mathematics in here, we have a lot of like image, we know, okay, this price will be into the P12, go to which direction. But yeah, when we developing, we write some code, how the code can know. So that is from the DLMM will have another thing that is a composition factor, that is a C. So let me, yeah, so composition C factor in here. C. So C that is equal to I multiplied with L. Let me zoom in. Yeah. With L. Okay. So if you guys go into the Metera document, they already tell that C is the value of C can tell the program the direction of the price need to go into the next term. So let's say like E is present for the zone. USD X is present for the USDC. And with the example, the price of zone come from 200 to 119, right? To 119. So it means that at this time, at the time, the P14, all of the reserve of USDC is remain to 0. All of the reserve of USDC is remain to 0. And based on this product, like let's say because X is equal to 0, so liquidity, the L, the else is equal to y. And if L is equal to y, so C will have is equal to 1. So if C equal to 1, so yeah, this guy know that, okay, go into this side. And if opposite, like let's say it's not gonna go down to 119, it's going up to 250 USD, right? So this means that at the price, at the bin 14 right now is active. For the tomorrow, all reserve zone in this bin is not have, because like it's a lack of zone, right? And the price is going up to the on 200 here, $15. That is B16. Just for a demonstrate, yeah, here is it. So in here, this bin need to be active, and this guy going here. So in here, the C is equal to 0, right? Because E is equal to 0. E is equal to 0. 0 divided to total liquidity is 8. That is 0. Yeah. So the contract can know that, okay, the next bin that is here. So that is like the mathematically and how the bin is moving from left to right, how the bin is active every time, and why DMM or this DeFi that if the swap transaction at the price is like the liquidity swap still in the same bin, the result is same bin, so the slippage is 0. And okay, but what is it if and I already talked that why a lot of tweet right now is it show the PNL on the material like 1,100 PNL, but not a COMM, because that is the how the fee calculate in the DLMM. In the COMM, if you guys back to these things, if you guys back to this thing, for the 8 pool USDC and so on, they already config the constant fee user can earn, even though the volume of that time is very high or is very low. Let's say like Solana can go ETF next time, and a lot of volume go into this token Sony USDC, right? A lot of volume here, but still the fee is just the 2% based on the transaction. So yeah, you cannot earn more fee here. But with DLMM, they define that there is dynamic fee. The formula of dynamic fee, that is fee that is I could call the F, that is the result fee we can earn, that is equal to the result. The the base fee first. The base fee first. The base fee that is already configured by the by the pool, plus with the fee volatilities. So volatility is meaning that, like in the case that the volume of that pool have a lot of transactions, like because have this deal on Solana, right, and go into an ETF, yay! Then a lot of people try to transact, try to swap in there, and with that, the volatility is going up, the volume is going up, and they will have some mathematically in here to calculate the fee volatility. So with that, that is the reason why I have a lot of people post a PNL 1 plus PNL percent, 1,000 PNL percent, but it's just in a meme call. Yeah, a lot of black volume in their trading. So yeah, so that is reason why the DLMM have earned more fee with the COMM based on the context that have high volume trading. And yeah, so that is a cover for the DLMM. The key takeaway you guys can see that is that, okay, in the DLMM, the zero slippage that can be 0 if the swap transaction is still in the bin, the result of swap transaction is still in the bin. And yeah, the DLMM and CMM is better than AMM because it can be concentrate the liquidity into another price range instead going to the 0 to infinities. And yeah, with the dynamic fee, if in the context that you guys have in the concept that this token have a lot of volume and a lot of transaction, you guys can earn more fee instead the config fee already config in the CLMN. And yeah, so that is for the concentrated liquidity and the LNM concept. So let's back to our charts. Do you guys have any questions or not understand about DMM in here? I will try to explain by myself. Yeah, so like if you guys don't have any question, let me just show out the Saros. So yeah, uh, right now, some team already have been about it before with the Saros. About they already build DLMM, they already publish SDK, or about how of demo with their DLMM program. They build in the SVM too. So you guys can go into the Saros to try to using that or to feedback them about the bug or something you guys see in there. And yeah, so that is this workshop. DeFi, AMM, and DLMM. So I already give the GitHub in there. You guys can follow the GitHub, read some code here to try to understand the code style or some mathematics in the AMM. I know that is the basic math, but that is the foundation for all you guys can go up more higher knowledge like the DLMM or salesman. And yeah, so yeah, I just finished my workshop. If you guys have any questions, just DM in the group, developer in the sub team Vietnam, or just talk with Blueprint. We will support or yeah, we will willing to answer with you. Hi, Hiếu. Okay, so if not have any questions, yeah, so thank you guys already joining the workshop. The first workshop for the blueprint is DeFi, DLM and CLM. And for the next workshop, we will talk about like magic gloves or Acum, a lot of new technology in Solana. I think it's really interesting for all you guys can be follow or have some hand-on code in there. Okay, so thank you so much and see you in the next week.